a
What?
unusual view.
Yeah.
She's
We're getting off track here anyway. So what are we talking about?
Are we turning that off?
We're talking about how do they ghosts again.
How do they ghosts again?
Yeah.
Well, fancy that. I thought you were changing it to something really boring.
I never had intentions of actually doing it. How do they know? I was just having her on.
Wow.
We got to talk about this ghost thing.
And how people don't believe in it.
Yeah.
When
So
them that have seen things and experienced things can't make them understand how real it is.
I had a friend like that once.
Really?
Yeah.
Who don't name them.
No.
But it's very...
He would. Let's just say he would not believe in ghosts at all.
No.
Nothing like supernatural or anything,
No.
or even possession and stuff like
No,
that.
well-
I mean, I believe in that.
Well, I have to believe in everything because I've seen ghosts, I've experienced situations, so I know it's a fact.
Yeah.
So I have to believe what other people have seen and done, and
Exactly. I
What
think
have ya?
safe to say that.
yeah.
So, shall we give a proper introduction?
Go on,
Let's give
you-
like a theme tune.
A spooky one.
one.
Spooky theme tune. What's that from? As if I didn't know.
That's actually from us. I should just start singing.
Doodlebug, doodlebug.
I'm actually not singing that.
Right. Well, other experiences that other people have had that I know when they've been asleep. Did you sleep last night?
I slept.
Did you not worry about this?
No, to be honest, it left my mind.
Right, but things I might say might stick in your mind today about a friend of mine, and she woke up with someone stood at the side of a bed. Now, you don't like them things, do you? Nah, that's what I mean.
Just tell me.
Well,
Just tell me. Share it to the
share
people.
it. Well, she was asleep, but something woke her up, and she didn't want to open her eyes. That was it. She didn't want to. I keep nearly saying her name, and I mustn't. She didn't want to open her eyes because she could tell there was something different, and she felt something like sit on the bed.
Yeah.
And when she opened her eyes, there was a person. She couldn't tell whether it was a man or a woman, and they were sat on the bed looking down at her, but she couldn't tell what it was. But if you get what I mean, it's hard to explain.
Did it go?
Well, she just shoved her face under the covers and just stayed there, and that were it. She couldn't do anything, and then it had gone. So the day after, she couldn't decide whether she'd seen it or whether it had been a dream.
Right.
But that takes me on to then what happened to me, which I had forgotten about yesterday. And I shouldn't forget this because it's very sentimental to me, because I think it was Sarah, who is
Yeah.
my daughter, who was stillborn.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
There were no problems. I don't think I was going through any. I don't think I was going through any stress or anything at the time. And anyway, one night I was in bed and facing a certain way.
Yeah.
And behind me, I could literally feel the bed go down.
Sink.
As though, not as though somebody had sat on it, as though somebody had climbed onto the bed, and then it progressed to them leaning right over me. So as the face was like right at
On
the side.
you, like
not
right
on me, but like you
right
could
at the
sense
side
it,
of you, like that.
And I said, I mean, it weren't like when I had the night terror thing with the thing banging on the bed. With this, I actually said, "Who are you?"
Yeah. So
I
you
either
weren't.
said, "Who are you?" or "What do you want?"
Yeah. So it weren't like a bad paralysed.
No, it weren't like that.
Can't move my mouth.
The very next thing I know, I turned round in the bed to face the other way, and it was like daylight, and a young girl, probably in her 20s, with blonde hair, a bit curly, shoulder length, was sat up, she was sat up with her legs up on the bed, leaning on the back of the bed and looking at me with such a beautiful smile. And in all the time it was going on, I did start panicking because I thought, she's come to tell me something's wrong, you know.
Right, yeah.
But what stuck in my mind, she had a red plaid shirt on and blue jeans. Why? Why a red plaid shirt and blue jeans? But that's what she was wearing. But in all the time this was going on, she never spoke to me. All she did
Was nod
and shake
her head.
Shake her head.
Yeah, I've heard you said that before, yeah.
I kept saying, is it to do with Jack? I was asking about you. Is it to do with Jack? And she shook her head. Is it to do with Caroline? And she shook her head. And I said, is it to do with me mum? And she nodded with like a sad smile. So that was more or less that then. The next thing I remember, I was waking up the day after.
And you never found out what?
Nothing happened at all. The only thing that I can draw a parallel with was when Grandad Great died. This was a few years after that happening. When Grandad Great died, your Grandma Great come to stay with us, and I was sleeping in the back bedroom with her to keep her company.
And
you know your grandma was really bad. She had a breakdown. She had a bad breakdown. And all I can think is, like, your gran was lay where I think it was Sarah who was lay in the bed. And Sarah was telling me, Grandma's going to be lay here, going through a bad time.
Right.
But it was so long after. That's the only parallel I can draw to it, that she was warning me about that. Because it was a very bad time.
It makes sense. Yeah.
I
mean, I know I was only young then, but I could kind of sense that it was a bad time.
Yeah.
You know, that it was just a bad time.
Yeah. But, but right away after, I kept waiting for something to happen, but it didn't. It was many years after when Grandad Great died, and then your gran come to stay here.
Yeah.
But why a red plaid shirt?
It must mean something, that.
No, I can't think.
Because my mum's seen a ghost with a red plaid shirt.
Shirt on, at the brown, going back to the brown house.
That could have been Simon.
Well, I don't think so, because she said he was older. Well, he would be older, but 10 years older than your mum.
Yeah.
They were born 10 years before your mum.
So
1971. So it could have been, but she said the man she saw in the living room at Block Lane, again, had a red plaid shirt on, but he had very dark hair.
Right.
Very dark hair. And she said something about looking like Elvis. I don't know.
It could have been the ghost of Elvis.
I might have remembered that wrong.
Did you break down and go?
But I don't know. And then again, like that, Sarah she is my daughter that died. Well, was stillborn, and I had a boy that was stillborn, Simon, and the birthdays are sort of close together. Sarah was born in January, and Simon was born the following September. And when it's coming up to the birthdays, all the time, when it was coming up to the birthday in September, I was thinking about it, and in my mind I got it mixed up. I was thinking it was Sarah's birthday coming up that night, and I was again in bed going to sleep, and I was woke up with a boy's voice just sort of leaning over me going, "Mum," as clear as anything, "Mum." And I jumped awake, and I thought, he's come to tell me it's my birthday. It's not Sarah's birthday, it's my birthday. So I have had contact with them, and I say I haven't, but I wish I had now, but it's so long ago. Maybe they've moved on to a different plane. Well, whatever you go
Life,
through when you die,
Maybe
wherever
they've
you go,
been reincarnated.
maybe they've been reborn.
Reborn.
Mm.
I don't know how that works, but like, I mean, what am I trying to say here? I guess what I'm trying to say is that maybe the person that they've been reborn into, people, might recognise you.
Well, they might.
Or you might recognise them, if you know what I mean.
I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't feel as though I've ever seen anybody that could have been them in everyday living.
Yeah.
You know. No. But they are things that have you wondering. I know
They really are.
I know I've seen things. I know I've experienced things. But now everything seems really
like
nothing.
Nothing
At all.
I guess the only thing I can say that I've come in contact with a ghost myself. This will sound funny now. Is through a dream.
Grandad Great.
Yeah, my great granddad.
They said they do come to you in dreams, don't they? What was your dream? Can you remember?
I can't remember. I mean, there was 2 dreams of him actually. There was 2 dreams, and the second one was very like. I don't know whether it was the second one or the first one that made me go, "Wow, he's around me."
Yeah.
You know, trying to look out for me.
You. Yeah. Can you remember what it was about?
Yeah, the first one was about me either tripping over a step on the stairs. In my dream, I was walking down the stairs and I tripped over really bad. Right. This didn't actually happen, but...
It was in your dream?
It was in my dream, and then all I saw was a hand reach out to save me, and then he called my name in a Polish accent.
Right.
Because my great-granddad was Polish.
Yeah.
And then I woke up.
Yeah. Right.
And then the second one was... This was quite a long dream, this one, but I can't even begin to explain this one. It was very confusing. All I remember, really, is going here, walking to this house...
Yeah.
On my own, and there was an envelope on the fireplace.
Right.
I opened it, and then, yet again, I heard my great-granddad shout me in a Polish accent.
Right.
And then I woke up again.
And that was that, right.
So those are the 2 dreams I had.
Yeah. I had a dream about your granddad. Great.
Yeah.
And he used to wear blue and white check shirts and beige pants. And he had a white car. And all I knew, I can't remember anything happening. All I know, he was there wearing that shirt, the beige pants, and the white car was there as well. That I can't remember him saying anything to me or anything, only that. But your mum says she's heard him. Like, she said it's
dreams as well.
Like it's down a tinny, like a radio type of. But that was shortly after he died, weren't it? I think she said that happened.
I think so, yeah.
I think she did. I think she said it weren't long after he died that she heard him shout, Caroline, because
like
he used
that.
to say it said Caroline.
Caroline, yeah, like Mr. Babinski from Caroline.
Caroline,
yeah.
But as though it was being down a tinny radio.
Like a radio.
Yeah.
I did forget. This one was probably another important one. I remember this one as well. I had 3 dreams of him. This was a long time ago, and I can barely even remember it. But when you said radio, I remembered that I was in a dream once, and I heard his voice over a radio.
On a radio, yeah.
Just talking. I can't remember what he said or anything. I don't think he said my name or anyone else. I just remember him talking, but I don't know what he was talking about.
Might have been talking Polish. He wouldn't have done. He wouldn't have been talking Polish, no. But it's strange now, and going through difficult, sad, emotional things with Grandma Great, being in a care home, and how old she is and everything, and going through things with your granddad and him being poorly. And I'd just love to hear from me dad or any of them, just to say, look, you're not on your own, Maria. Just anything, just one word, anything, a dream, a sound, anything at all. I would love to just get a simple sign from them, just so I knew they were with us.
I think
going through what we're going through at the moment.
Yeah, and you came up with an opinion the other day, a valid theory that there's only so much that angels can do, but I think, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think maybe they have a choice. Maybe they can choose to be seen, or they can choose to be not seen, but help behind the scenes, you know, by just helping not horrible things happen, just being there. I don't know. I'm rambling now. I'm rambling.
Just being there.
But I'd just love to hear his voice. Like anybody would with the family, you know, you just would.
I mean, about a couple of years ago now, I think it's 2021 or 2020, we used to go down and visit the gardens, didn't we?
Yeah.
Every morning, to see, you know, where we were.
The crematorium.
The crematorium.
Yeah. What we call the gardens.
Yeah, the gardens, because it is actually really peaceful there. It's so
lovely.
nice.
Yeah.
Especially in the sun, rain, and I bet it's good in snow.
Yeah. We've been all times though, haven't
yeah.
we?
All weathers.
What about when the robin landed on the bench?
Oh, yeah.
When we were there. And it was February, wasn't it? No, it was July.
It was July. It was
July. And you don't normally see robins about in July.
No, you don't. Robins are like a
wintry bird. I did look it up, and it said you don't normally see them about in July. But
that's
we
that's weird.
Sat on the bench, weren't we, in the gardens?
In the gardens, and I've just finished talking to my great granddad because he had a special tree. That's the tree where he was.
Where I saw him.
Where my gran saw him stood behind, but
after he died.
He moved very quick.
Yeah.
So we always visit that tree now and talk to that tree.
Talk to the tree.
Talk to the tree. We've even put a little poem up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but we have, and then I went to sit on the bench, and then a robin...
We were just talking, weren't we, and all of a sudden...
A robin flew over and sat right inside of me on the bench.
On the bench, yeah, right.
And it wouldn't really move for a long time.
There.
It was just there. Because I thought it was part of the bench.
No, it was just
you know,
there.
like a plastic, like that.
Yeah.
I thought that it was like a fake robin, but then it moved, and I was like,
you went grand.
That's a bit odd.
I know, it just stayed there.
Seeing a robin.
But I've looked it up, and it said if you see robins, they usually are.
In July.
People that you've lost coming to see you. Yeah.
I saw one yesterday.
Yeah.
I was getting out the car and it was on the floor.
Oh, wow.
And it was just hopping around.
Hopping around, thinking out. But you're more likely to see them at this time of year, I think.
Oh, yeah. They were an autumny, wintry thing.
Yeah. Well, that's been good again.
It's been another good.
Yeah. If Grandma Great was here, she'd be able to tell you hundreds of things that have happened to her, blinking out.
She'd probably be able to tell us that story about, like, actually what happened when she came into your room at night and said, "Come on, you're sleeping with us."
Oh, yeah. She'd probably forgotten now, though.
I don't know. She's 100, but she's very smart.
Yeah.
Honestly, I write letters to her, and my gran writes letters to her, and there's one little spelling mistake in them.
She'll know.
She picks it up, and grammar mistake in them. She
knows.
Honestly, she picks it up, and she is very
acute,
active,
astute.
Yeah, and very talkative as well.
Yeah,
for her age. I mean,
well, she's
101 in April.
101 in April.
Can you believe that?
Yeah. Who would have thought her? But yeah, she's had lots of experiences, of supernatural experiences.
Yeah.
I can remember lots of things during the war when she used to have to walk to work.
Yeah.
And she told me this, and she said there was a woman walking towards. She had to walk from a place where we live, Durka. It's probably about 4 miles.
I remember
every day
you telling me this. She used to walk Oldham to Durka.
From Durka down to Chadderton.
Down to Chadderton, because
you'd wait a long time for a bus.
Yeah.
You might as well walk it.
And there was a guy.
Yeah, there was. It was foggy
in the
this
fog.
Particular night, and he worked with her. She worked on ammunitions. In Chadderton during the war, and this guy was blind.
Yeah.
and he guided her. He weren't dead.
No.
He was blind. He was totally blind. He walked with a white stick, and it was foggy this night. And they both went. He guided her in the fog, thick pea soup fog, what used to be back in the 40s.
Everybody used to call it pea soup
Pea
fog
soup
then.
fog. It was that thick, and he guided her all the way from Durka to Chadderton, which is probably about 4 or 5 miles, without a hitch, tripping up, getting knocked down, there were only a few cars, but
Yeah.
all that way in thick fog. But we diverse, don't we?
Yeah, but it's still unbelievable.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, could I share another? I think it was a ghost
What?
activity that I experienced when I was young.
Go on.
And it's been in this house as
Oh,
well.
right.
I was very young, but I don't know whether it were a ghost or not. But I got that feeling later on when I realised, when I remembered, because apparently I don't really remember a lot of this. But my mum tells me regularly that I used to go upstairs in this house into the front bedroom and just talk in the mirror.
Yeah.
I don't really remember seeing anything, to be honest with you, apart from my reflection. But apparently my mum said that I was talking something about a girl that were in the mirror with blonde hair.
Yeah.
And then right after I told my mum that, she was like, I'm going to sleep tonight.
Yeah. And what about the dog you used to chase at the brown house?
Oh my God. I don't know if this was a dog that passed away in the fire.
Well,
the brown house. I mean, it could have been.
It could have been.
But there was we had no dog. We've never had a dog. We have a grumpy cat, but we have not had any dog. We have,
but not then.
but not then.
Not then. You didn't have a dog.
No. But I used to chase this imaginary dog called Bog.
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 And your mum would say, and you was
What are you
only
doing?
toddling.
Yeah.
You was only just walking, and you'd say, I'm catching
Bog.
Bog. I'm catching Bog.
And my
she'd
mum
say,
would be
"Who's
like,
Bog?
Oh great, who's Bog? And then it's like, what did I used to say?
It's
a dog? It's a
It's
dog.
a dog. It's a dog. A black and white dog. You said.
Yeah, I get the feeling that it was a black and white dog.
That's what you said. It's a black and white dog.
Yeah.
So you have had experiences all over.
Could have been a Dalmatian.
I don't know.
I don't know.
How do I know?
I mean,
just
those are
got
black
the
and white.
impression. I mean, I got the impression it was just a small black and white dog that you was seeing.
To be honest with you, I can't remember now. I mean,
but that's
then,
honest, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you might have.
Then I could have been seeing it as clear as day. I could have been seeing the dog as I am seeing the cup,
In here.
the
now.
camera,
Yeah,
everything, but with a dog.
absolutely.
Anyway, thank you for watching our video. I hope you enjoyed this part 2 of the Supernatural. We sadly won't be doing a part 3.
No.
Well, I mean, we don't know.
Well, I can't think of anything else.
Something else happens right after we turn this video off, like,
Don't
piece of paper
lose
just
my lottery
floated.
ticket.
Oh.
Don't lose my lottery ticket.
Something like, we sadly won't be doing a part 3, but I thought this mini-series was pretty fun doing this. I thought it was really fun.
Yes.
Talking about all the supernatural experiences.
So, bye.
Hang on, time for the bonus round. Do you believe in ghosts? Comment down below. That's if the comments will actually let you
Comment.
Yeah,
Leave
so
a spooky reply.
leave a spooky reply. So if you are human, alien, or ghost, I think 9 times out of 10 people will just want to say ghost because they just like doing that. But yeah, please put a click on the like and subscribe if you want to see more content. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be doing a review on The Flash season 6 in a bit.
And I'll be going to sleep when he does that.
Yeah, but oh god, I can't wait to tell you how bad I think that season of the show is. Anyway, I haven't even watched it all yet, just like mid-series review, but bye guys anyway.